guys! Welcome to the first video on my channel. This is so exciting. So I'm standing in front of this bookshelf, which means we're gonna do a Reading the Rainbow video series. I have a lot of books on this shelf, most of which I have not read because I got a bookshelf and then I immediately felt like I needed to fill it, and I filled it faster than I can read it. So I decided to do a little series called Reading the Rainbow because I have them in color order, which I know some people don't like that. I like it, and I feel like it looks pretty, and it's gonna help me get through my TBR in an organized fashion. So I'm not gonna do it in the way that is probably normal, which would be like Roy G. Biv, because that's not how we're organized here. Kind of, but not really. I started with purple because I just felt like the purple blended into the pink, whereas if I started with red, orange, like then ended with the purple, then I wouldn't have anywhere for the black and the white. You know what I mean? So I have decided to read the rainbow, and that's how I'm gonna get through my TBR. Some of them, as you will see, have a lot more than others. Specifically when we get down to like the black and white, I think white is the most that I have, but I think I've actually read a few of them, so that shouldn't be too bad. We're actually starting with the one that I have the least of, I believe, which is purple. So of my purple books, we have Assistant to the Villain. We have a book that I am not going to read that my dad gave me that's called Values-Based Financial Planning, and I'll show you. This is what he wrote right on the cover. Brene, smiley face, happy reading, love dad. I love that. I'm not gonna read this finance book. Well, I'll read it. I'll read it. And then the next one we have is One True Loves, and this one is not the one by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one is by Elise Bryant, has this beautiful cover. Beautiful cover. I don't remember what this is about. Ooh, it's a romance. Okay, it's a romance. So Christina Hammonds Reed wrote a little blurb, and I'm just gonna read her blurb instead of reading the back. She says, Elise Bryant manages something quietly revolutionary in giving us black love and black joy on a European cruise, while also deftly and thoughtfully examining the burdens of representation and the beauty of the black family. That's so cute. Okay, so this one is the next one I'm gonna read. And then the last one we have is Brood Awakening, which is the one in the purples that I've already read. And if you guys have not read Brood Awakening, I got this years ago at Barnes & Noble. And it is literally, it's like a cozy mystery. Like she works at a coffee shop and there's like it's either like a disappearance or a murder. Hold on. Oh! Oh my gosh, I just opened this book and there's the cutest school photo of my niece. Oh wait, she's not my niece. She's technically my cousin, but I feel like she's my niece. Oh my gosh, wait, so cute. Let's see. Oh yes, it is a missing persons story and they're trying to find her. And she is, my cat is playing with plastic. Hold please. She is dating a detective, and so they're working together, or she either is dating the detective or like they have like feelings for each other or whatever, and they're working together to find this missing person. And it was such a cute little cozy story. I haven't read it in a long time, but I loved it when I read it. And at the end there's like recipes, because she's a coffee shop owner and she had like a bakery in it or whatever, and so there's like actual recipes to make the like pastries and stuff. Let me see. Let's see if I can find a good one. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's so many. There's like pages and pages and pages of recipes. Oh my gosh, there's the Village blends blueberry shortbread, the Village blends strawberry cream cheese scones with strawberry glaze,
pistachio muffins, cacio e matteo, a quick easy pasta dish, Max coffee beef stew, clay pussies, crusty Italian style rolls, parfait salad, turkey trellis salad.
my cat said, now is the time I'm gonna use litter box and just let all of you hear that. So thank you, Telly. Thank you. Okay. He's really just giving me a whole show right now. If you could see what I'm seeing, the way that he is up on this litter box is just, I've never seen a cat do this ever. I am in awe. Okay, anyway, moving on. Oh my goodness. Oh, I guess she has like more coffee house mysteries. And Cleo Coyle is the name of the author, but they're actually a husband and wife like duo, and Cleo Coyle is their like pen name? Is that what it's pseudonym? Pseudonym. Yeah, so I really loved this book. So if you're looking for like a cozy coffee house mystery, that is one that I would recommend. So anyway, in this video, we will be reading Assistant to the Villain and One True Loves. So I've already put my bookmark into Assistant to the Villain.
Hey guys, so I'm editing this video and I realized that I never showed you my bookmark, and I want to show you because it was hand painted by my sister. So this is my bookmark. It is my favorite animal, which is a buffalo. And I told her which colors I wanted, and I told her I wanted a buffalo, and that's all I told her. And she hand painted this beautifully for me, laminated it, put this little ribbon on there that my cats are obsessed with. And yeah, this is my bookmark. She hand paints all of them. She should be opening an Etsy shop soon, so if she does, I will link that. But this is it, and it is beautiful, and I'm obsessed. And clearly it is my favorite animal because I have a little buffalo tattoo as well. So just wanted to show you guys my cutie bookmark because I feel like you didn't really get to see it. Okay, back to the video.
Because this one has been on my TBR, I think, for longer. Maybe not. But I've also just really wanted to read this, and look at the sprayed edges. And I was just watching Sarah Caroli's video, and she was just reading this book. And so I just feel like I need to start with this one. Also, there's a second one coming out. Apprentice to the Villain, I think it is, something like that. So I'm just gonna do this one, that way I can read that one when it comes out. And then we'll do One True Loves, and then we'll be done with Purple. So I will see you in a little bit for us to begin Assistant to the Villain. Bye! Okay, hey guys, it's been a few days since I recorded this intro, but I actually got out of work early today, so I'm going to start reading Assistant to the Villain. I'm really excited. I have just finished Kingdom of Ash, and if you know, you know. And so I'm not in the biggest mood to read a fantasy, but I was flipping through it, just like kind of flipping through it, and the font is really big, so I feel like, and the book is not that thick, so I feel like I'll fly through it. So I'm gonna start reading that. I'm also listening to the audiobook of I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, which is not part of the Reading the Rainbow Challenge, but it's audiobook, so later today when I am trying to like clean up my apartment and do some dishes and stuff like that, I will go back to listening to that. But that's why I want to get a dent into Assistant to the Villain so I can keep pushing with this challenge and successfully get my Purple books read. I also think that I have a couple of Purple books on Libby that are ready. So, or one, I have to check. In my brain it's Purple and it might not be. So I'm gonna go check my Libby as well and see if one of those is Purple and stay with the trend. So let's go read Assistant to the Villain.
So I just need you guys to see this map. It is the cutest map I've ever seen. It's like hand drawn on like a piece of paper, it looks like. And there's like little like Fluffy's cave, there's a little hangman at the corner, unicorn hunting grounds with a little unicorn, evil to-do list. This is like, I love that this is like a fantasy, but this is giving me like very cute, like it's cute and funny, which I love. I'm loving this already.
It's been a couple days. I did yesterday finish I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I just could not put it down, and now I'm feeling like I'm not gonna be able to get into this book as easily as I thought. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First reason, I said I had just finished Kingdom of Ash, the last book in the Throne of Glass series, and because of that, I was a little skeptical about starting another fantasy book. So as I was reading this, I was like, it's really cute and like it's got like a little like humor in it. But I was like, oh my god, like I just can't stop thinking about like all the characters from the Throne of Glass that I love so much. And then I was reading I'm Glad My Mom Died, and it was really like heavy, and she's just like talking about like her experience. And so I don't know how cute this is gonna be versus like, I know it's not like hardcore fantasy. Like I know it's gonna be like cute. I can already like get that vibe, but she's got like some trigger warnings at the beginning, so maybe it'll get a little bit more serious. But I think I just need to like sit myself down and just do it. I tried, I really did. But as you can see, I only made it to page 17. I only read the prologue. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it my hardest try because I do want to read, like I want to like it so that I can read the second book. Yeah, I just need to do it. So I'm gonna focus on that today. I just have really been in an audiobook kick, and it's been really hard for me to just like focus my brain to sit down and like physically read a book. So I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try because I think once I get in it, I'm gonna like it. I was watching Sarah Caroli, and she liked it, but she didn't love it. So I don't know. So I'm gonna go sit outside. I'm gonna journal. I'm going to finish watching this vlog, Sally Dar Griffin. And then I'm gonna start. And I have today off. I don't have to work today. So I have all the time in the world to just read this book. Okay, wish me luck.
Main character Evie, she's looking for a job, she's taking care of her family, she ends up running into the villain. The villain is thought to be very old and just like not who the villain actually is, who to Evie, her point of view, is very
Hi guys, so it has been a few weeks or days, I don't know. I think it's been like a couple, like maybe like a week or so. And I'm sick, unfortunately. I just came back from a wedding, which was really fun. And I was, trying to complete my Reading the Rainbow challenge. And we were at this really, really nice hotel. And when I was on my way from the airport in the Uber, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a really nice Barnes & Noble in this plaza. Like I got to figure out how far it is from the hotel. And then we pulled into the hotel. So like they're in the same plaza. So as soon as I got into the room, I said to my friends, I was like, we have to go to this Barnes & Noble because like I will die if we don't go in there before we leave this weekend. And like I told them the book that I was reading, and I didn't get any footage inside the Barnes & Noble, which was kind of dumb. I don't know why I wasn't like trying to, because it was a huge Barnes & Noble, but we only went in there for 30 minutes after we were waiting for our table to be ready for dinner. But it was a huge Barnes & Noble. It was like 2 stories, and they had like a massive like fantasy section, and it was amazing. So let me show you what I got. Just to preface, for this wedding, I only packed a backpack. That's all I brought with me because my friend was bringing me like a dress to wear, so I just had to pack my shoes and then just like a couple of outfits to hang out in. But I still had packed like my iPad and my AirPod Maxes, and so my backpack was super full. I had asked my friend to bring me a tote bag because I was like, I can just put all of my like carry-on stuff, like my iPad, my chargers, my AirPods, and in like a tote bag. That way my regular backpack just has clothes in it, and then I won't feel so like I'm trying to shove everything in this one bag. But then we go to Barnes & Noble, and when I gave her my like information, she was like, oh, you're eligible for a free tote. And I was like, that's perfect, because I needed a tote to take stuff back home on the plane. And that was great, because when we were shopping in Barnes & Noble, they were like, don't you not have room? Like, why are you shopping for books? And I was like, no, you brought me a tote. Like, I have room. So I got this one because I already have the other one that it says like Barnes & Noble and has like the books on it. And I have that one in blue, and they had like black and one other color, so I could have got the same one, but I loved this one. I was like, wait, this one actually looks really nice. It's giving fall vibes, which, like, if you know me, I don't really believe in fall before my birthday, which was in September. So once my birthday passes, like, we can go into fall. But I just loved this bag. I thought it was so cute. This is a bag of books, which is like obviously what I'm reading was in this bag. So I tried to be very mindful, very demure, not overshopped. You see how I got a free tote and there's only 3 books in this bag? Very mindful, very financially responsible, very cutesy. So, oh my gosh, I forgot about these chips. So first of all, you guys know this is the book that I took with me. I only took this one book. I didn't take anything else with me. I listened to stuff on Libby, like audiobook, on the plane, and then like in the hotel, but I didn't really do a bunch of reading because like I was with my best friend, and she lives in Arizona, so I didn't get to see her a lot, so we were just hanging out. But so when we went to the bookstore, I saw the sequel, which I had known was coming out, which is why I wanted to start this. And I'm obsessed with how they did it, because this one is red, but the sprayed edges are purple. So when you put them together, it's just so satisfying. It's so satisfying. It's like red, purple, like it is beautiful. I just love looking at them together because they knew exactly what they were doing when they did this. So I'm obsessed. I will probably have to like read this one right after, or I can wait until I get to the red books. But as you're seeing, well, you're gonna see this all in one video, so it won't matter, but this is taking me a while to get through. I've just really been in an audiobook kick, and oh my god, my cat is like staring. Do your cats ever do that? Like stare up at something? He was literally staring at the ceiling, like, and I do not like that. So I'm like, what are you staring at? So yeah, if I had this book on audiobook, I think I would be flying through it. I think I would finish this in like 4 hours, 5 hours, because it is like a quick read. Like once I get into it, like I'm turning the pages, but I've just been like wanting to clean, or wanting to do a puzzle, or wanting to do something with my hands. Like my brain has felt so like hyperactive that I haven't really been wanting to just like sit down and read a book. I've wanted to like listen and do other things. So I may ask my mom if I can use one of her Audible credits to just get this on audiobook because I feel like this is gonna take me forever. And the other book I showed you, my other purple book, One True Loves, I already got it on Libby. So if I can finish this one, then I can finish that one really quickly, and then we can wrap up this chapter of the purple books. So I am going to try, I'm gonna go look on Libby and see if I can get this book, or not Libby, Audible. See if I can get this book. If I can, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna listen to this, and then I'll give you guys kind of an update. Last we checked, I think I was saying that it's really slow, but I'm enjoying it, or I'm gonna try and sit down and enjoy it. For some reason, getting the villain's POV is just like, it slaps. Every time it slaps. I love it. So I need to like sit down and listen to it. I want to give this book like justice, and I feel like I'm not giving it justice because I have to sit down and read it, and that's just not like been what I have been feeling lately, especially in a book like this, like a romance book, like strictly romance book, like my normal genre, like an Emily Henry, or even like a literary fiction. I feel like I can sit down, but this one I feel like would just be better like hearing it.
Guys, if it's getting sick, like anyone else like feel like fall vibes? I don't know what it is. Maybe because you get like cold chills, or like I don't really ever get sick in the summer. Like I don't know. I mean, that's common, but I just feel like whenever I get sick, I'm like I just want to sit down and I want to watch. Like, I have a hankering right now to watch some Hallmark like Thanksgiving, fall, like Vermont leaves changing type of movies. And I want to light a candle and I want it to smell like fall. And I am not like this. I'm not like this at all. I am like a summer girly to the T, and I don't want anyone to talk about fall until after my birthday. And so I'm feeling so weird. I'm like, I think it's just because I'm sick. So once I'm not sick anymore, I think I'll be happy with it still being summer. But
Anywho, so I'm gonna start reading, or I'm gonna look and see if the audiobook is on there, because I really want to just like keep listening. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I will see you in a little bit. All right, so I was indeed able to get the audiobook from Audible, and when I started listening to it, I realized I needed something to do with my hands. So I decided to make one of those viral cucumber recipes from Logan. I can't remember what his username is, but if you look up like Logan Cucumber on TikTok or even Instagram, you will find it. I decided to make the one with cucumbers, red onions, salmon, capers, cream cheese, and I added green onion, and you're supposed to use everything but the bagel seasoning as well, but I couldn't get that in my Instacart. So as you can see, I just chopped up some red onion. I'm about to drop some green onion in this cup, and then my last step was to chop up these green onions, and then I also added some capers. I had a little bit less salmon than was needed for the recipe, so it would have been better with like a little bit more salmon, but you'll be able to see. I'm about to shake this thing up and do a taste test. Okay, so you guys saw me put everything in here from like, you know, when that guy Logan's like, some days you just need to eat an entire cucumber. So I'm gonna shake it up. I feel like this isn't gonna work as well as his his little cup thing, but I'm still gonna try. Y'all, I was really shaking this up with all my might. It is so much harder to shake a glass Tupperware than his plastic cup thing that you get from the Chinese food when you order like egg drop soup. So yeah, I was shaking, and I was literally like, I had labored breathing after this because it was so difficult to just shake this. I think that's good enough. I can also just like stir it if it didn't mix enough. Whew. Okay. Honestly, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then we're gonna eat it. Yay! Oh, and I'll give you an update on Assistant to the Villain. I actually just started it over because I feel like I've just been dragging. So I'm near the part where I was at before I started over. So we'll talk about it.
So I just got to this part in the book that I had to talk about. This quote that she says is so like mirror ball coded. Like she literally goes, so basically the villain has asked her to do something for her and she's like, why do you need me to do it, like versus like literally anyone else? She said, but why me? She pressed. Surely others in your employ have frequented this establishment. Evie wasn't certain why it mattered. This is what it's like having cats. I know you didn't see it, but I'm glad we got that on camera. Can you guys chill out? There was no reason that you needed to yeet yourself so hard into this table, knock over my water bottle, knock down the remotes. I'm trying to read a quote. My bookmark is out of the book now. But it is like 2 a.m., so that is the cat zoomy time. All right, let me try to find it. Let's try this again. But why me? She pressed. Surely others in your employ have frequented this establishment. Evie wasn't certain why it mattered, but she was addicted to feeling useful. Without it, what value did she hold? That's so true. Like, I am literally like, if I can't be useful, like what is the point? Like, give me something to do. Tell me why I am the specific one that you want for this task. Like, butter me up. I love praise. I love when people say like, oh, you did such a good job. Or like, I thought of you for this specific task because you're good at A, B, and C. So when I read that, I'm like, Evie, girl, love you. Same girl. Love you so much. Hi guys. Taking my glasses off because this light has a glare. But I am on chapter 54 of Assistant to the Villain, and I wish I was recording because I literally was like, this is what I was doing. Literally listening to this chapter right now. I feel, oh gosh, one of the parts really like icked me out. Like I just did not like it at all. Not in a bad way, just like the character, like what they did in general. I just was like, that is literally so like messed up that you would do that type of feeling. But there's like a twist because at this point I'm 305 pages in out of 340. So like I've only got 35 pages left. So we're really getting to that like, you know, part, the like climax of the story. And I wanted to just like give you guys an update in general. It's reminding me about Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and that could be because their names are both like Evangeline, Evangelina, like they have the same name, but it just also gives me like the same kind of like fairy tale-esque vibes, like less so high fantasy. So that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, and the villain character kind of seems like Jax also in Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I've definitely been getting like strong vibes of that. So if you've read that trilogy, I think you should definitely read this book because you would really like it. So I'm about to read the next like 40 pages, and I'm gonna keep the camera on because I just feel like, I don't know, I may have hit the last like part, but like I'm just gonna keep the camera on while I read because I need to talk while I go through these last pages. Okay. Also, I'm listening to it and I am playing this game called Nonogram on my phone, which is a really fun like puzzle game. And when I'm listening to an audiobook, that's what I'm either doing Nonogram, Twisted Tangle, or I'm doing like an actual puzzle, which is over here. There's my, oh, get my water bottle out the way. There's my puzzle board. You're just gonna see me literally on my phone, but I'm listening, and yeah, let's finish Assistant to the Villain. Oh, by the way, if you wanna know what part of the book like really grossed me out and made me feel like icky, it's page 308. This is the fit check today. Ice pack, AirPods, Jonas Brothers shirt. It's just, you know, just your typical girly sick day, you know. So, okay, we're almost done. We're on the last chapter, yay! And then I'll give you guys an update. Hey guys, okay, so I'm not gonna do like a big review. I want to do it like at the end once I've read both purple books, and then we can go from there. But I really enjoyed this book. Okay, it was pretty slow to start, and it's really witty and cute, and like I just love the banter between the villain and Evie. It's really cute, but at like the last like 50 pages or so, or last like 75 pages is when I really was like, okay, this is starting to like be something. I really enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you read Once Upon a Broken Heart, you'd probably really like it. But now I'm gonna move on to One True Loves, not the one by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And that looks like it's just a contemporary romance, possibly. So I'm excited to get into that, and I will update you soon. Guys, oh my gosh, they're talking about the Lizzie McGuire movie. Oh my god, this is so funny. The girl, the main character, oh my gosh, this thing's in the way. The main character is about to go on a trip, and her friend is like trying to give her books to read or like whatever, and she's like, okay, if you don't want to read a book, you should listen to this movie or watch this movie. It's about this girl who goes to Rome on a school trip, and she meets this girl this girl looks just like her, who's a famous pop star. Ah, screaming! I love this book. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. She also just mentioned Taylor Swift. This book, it's like things that I can relate to, which I love, and I'm obsessed, and I'm gonna keep listening. So I actually got through like 60, I want to say it was like 63% of One True Loves last night. And I am like eating it up. I love like a cute little romance, like, and this girl is like, she's pretty relatable. And I know a lot of people don't like pop culture references or things like that in books. I love it. If a book mentions Taylor Swift, if a book mentions anything that I'm interested in, I will eat it up. Like, I will literally eat it up. So far I'm really liking it. It's about this girl named Lenore. And it's actually the second in like an interconnected standalone. The first one is about her best friend. Oh my gosh, my arm is getting so tired. And so basically Lenore, they're in high school, and Lenore goes to like an arts high school, like Victorious vibes, and she can't really figure out what kind of art she wants to pursue, but like she's really loved photography for the most part, but she can't fathom like
committing to one art medium. Like she loves to paint and she loves to do like fashion and she loves photography. And so right now, she's about to graduate and she's committed to go to NYU. She lives like in LA. And so NYU is like far from her friends and everything, but she's committed to go to NYU for art history. And her parents are like, we don't think that you really like want that. So we're going on this like European trip. So by the end of this 2-week trip, you have to figure out like what you want your major to be and like declare it and stick with it. Because even in her arts high school, she bopped around to different like art mediums. So her best friend, oh, and then like the guy that she likes at prom, the guy that she's been like secretly hooking up with because he's not allowed to date, is brought another girl to prom, and her heart is broken and she's like, I'm never gonna find love. And her best friend is like, you gotta go when you're in Italy. I think it's Italy, yeah. I think it's Italy. Throw 2 coins into the Trevi fountain and then you will leave like Italy with your like love of your life or whatever. So she throws the 2 coins, she sees this guy, she thinks it's like really attractive, and then he's gone. And then when they're on their cruise ship and there's like the what's it called? Teen meetup, teen meetup. She sees him and he comes over and he's like, hey, I just saw you over here, and by the way, my ex-girlfriend is here and I want her to know that I'm doing okay, so will you like pretend to date me? And since she was already so like hurt from the guy like hiding her and like pretending to date her but really dating this other girl and taking this other girl to prom, she was like, F you, like no, I'm not doing that, bye. Then later they find out that they're paired for dinner meals. So every single meal on the trip, they're gonna have to be paired together, like they're both their families. And she's like, this is my worst nightmare. Long story short, his family invites her family to come on every single excursion that they're going for the entire trip. So obviously she's not gonna dislike him for long, and they're probably gonna like fall in love. But it's really cute so far. So I'm gonna keep reading, but not right now because my best friend is about to try on wedding dresses and she lives in Arizona. So they're gonna FaceTime me in and I'm gonna watch her try on wedding dresses. And then I will go back to reading and listening, doing some laundry, doing some meal prep, because unfortunately, even though I'm sick, I have to go back to work tomorrow and I feel well enough that I could do that. So we'll see, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. Okay, so we have finished part 1 in my Reading the Rainbow series, Purple Books. Obviously it was only 2 of them, so shouldn't have been a really difficult challenge. 2 really great books, but started off with a rough start, and that is okay. But we've completed. We started with Assistant to the Villain. I really actually ended up loving this book, and I have been all day thinking about these characters. And I'm really excited to read the second book. So I think I'm gonna pick up the second book soon, within the next week. Maybe try and get the audiobook on Libby, but we'll see. So I ended up giving this 3.75 stars, and I feel like I'm gonna move it up to a 4, but as of right now, it's 3.75 stars. I loved the characters, I loved the banter, I loved the ending. The ending like had me like shook to my core, like just like on the edge of my seat. Like I loved that part of it. It started off pretty slow, but it is a really great audiobook. The narrator speaks like kind of slower than other audiobook narrators that I listen to. So I was listening to this at 1.75 speed. So yeah, but I really loved this book a lot. Like I said before, if you liked Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, you would definitely like this book. There's like little humor. There's obviously like death and stuff like that, but it's not like, I wasn't like grossed out or weirded out by it. You know, it's no like high fantasy, like Throne of Glass, like anything like that. But I really loved it. This was a great one, and I can check it off my list. The second book that I read was One True Loves by Elise Bryant. This book I actually really enjoyed. I feel like I loved the setting. I loved the beginning of the story with like her friends and like those extra characters. I really loved them. I wasn't like crazy about the two like love interests. Like I thought that they were sweet, but I didn't really feel like, oh my gosh, like I want them to be together. And then there's like a little bit of a miscommunication trope in here that like annoyed me, but then it just like it just kept happening, and I was like, I was getting really annoyed about that. So I think this is cute. I loved her. I love this cover so much. I loved her. I loved hearing her inner monologue. I loved like, she just was a very relatable character. And I feel like if you are someone who has struggled with like feeling like you were able to like excel a lot when you were younger, and now you feel like, oh, I was like really gifted and now I'm like can't really do anything, or if you feel like you have a lot of pressure from your family to like be perfect and succeed, this would be a great book for you to read, because there was a lot of that where like her older brother was going to law school and her younger sister was like basically a prodigy, like taking college classes at the age of 10, and she also was super smart, had like a 4.0 GPA in high school, but still wasn't like enough for like her parents. So I really liked it. I think that the story itself like didn't grab me as much, but I loved that it's set in like Europe and they're on a cruise ship, and I think she described the setting like wonderfully. But I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars. I still really enjoyed it. I think someone else would also really enjoy it, but it wasn't like my favorite. But I'm very happy, and I really liked her writing, so I am gonna read some of her other books that she has out. But yeah, so that is it for this part of the series. Next up on my shelf, I have pink books, and I have quite a few. I have 14 pink books, I think, and we're just going as close as possible because, you know, some books are like multicolored, so I'm just kind of going with the vibes as best as possible. But this next one is definitely gonna have to be like multiple parts because it's gonna take me a hot minute to read 14 books, but a lot of them I'm actually really excited to read, so I might not read them, like, you know, I have them in order on my shelf as color-coded as possible, but since they're all pink or within that realm, I might mood read within the colors, if that makes sense. So maybe I won't read them exactly as they are. But yeah, I have some really good ones that I'm really excited about. So stick around for me to keep reading the rainbow, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!